I would like to present our work that we did at FAIR Montreal during my summer internship. It's about predicting pre-trained weights of large-scale convolutional neural networks. And the high-level overview is following. We assume we have some neural architectures such as ResNet 50, and normally what we would do, we would run stochastic gradient descent for maybe 1 week on a single GPU to get trained weights W. Now what we aim to achieve is we want to significantly speed up this process by training some single neural network that would predict approximate weights W star given the architecture. And since the architecture is naturally can be presented as a graph, we consider graph neural networks. So by training such network, we can save a lot of computational resources. And also there is also an open research question. Can graph neural networks solve this challenging problem? Previous work already have addressed this kind of problem, but in a neural architecture search context. So the goal of this project is to improve on that model in a large-scale setting. We have two objectives in this work. First, we want to improve correlation between the accuracies of weights trained with SGD in a standard way for many epochs and the accuracies of predicted weights by GHN. And secondly, our objective is to increase the absolute values of these accuracies because they are very low. Another problem of GHNs is that they were trained on CIFAR10, and our goal in this project is to try to train them on ImageNet, because that can allow us to search for architectures directly on ImageNet and consequently get better results. And also it's interesting to fine-tune predicted weights, predicted ImageNet weights on some other tasks, which is often called transfer learning, and it makes much more sense to fine-tune ImageNet weights rather than CIFAR10 weights. And when we started to train graph hypernetworks on ImageNet, we faced several problems. One of them is related to batch norm. We found that there is a huge generalization gap when we use batch norm, and we tried to address this problem. We used group norm, and it allowed us to shrink the generalization gap, but the performance was still very low. So we also found that it's very important to normalize all predicted weights so that the distribution of the predicted weights becomes somewhat similar to the distribution of weights trained with SGD. And by doing that, we improved results significantly. There is no generalization gap, and the validation accuracy on ImageNet is much higher compared to the batch norm model. So in terms of results, we get much better performance than the baseline graph hypernetwork on ImageNet without any fine-tuning of predicted weights. So this is just a forward pass for a new randomly sampled architecture. That's our best model. And we also get very high results on a few shot CIFAR 100. And this results is similar to training the same network for 2 epochs on ImageNet, followed by fine-tuning it on CIFAR 100. But we achieved these results much faster. We also follow the standard evaluation protocol of GHNs and estimate the correlation between predicted weights, between the accuracies of predicted weights and the accuracies of weights trained with SGD, and we achieve significantly better correlation results, which means that we can search for much stronger architectures on ImageNet. Finally, we evaluated generalization abilities of our graph hypernetworks, and this is the training regime of our model, and we found that it can predict very good weights for models outside of the training regime, which indicates that we can search for strong architectures in a very large search space. So I didn't mention a lot of details of our project, and I will be happy to answer questions and receive any feedback during the poster session. Thank you.